And that's another problem. Side perspectives, geothoughts. Another issue that I run into with the preferences in the Black, gay, queer community, Black LGBTQ plus community is like there's such a focus on sexual positions to the point that you can't really like, which I'm going to say it, in my opinion, as an intersex trans man, it makes sex very vanilla, boring, and whack because people are so stuck in these very archaic, out-of-date views on sexual positions. And also, a lot of you tops are very selfish in the bedroom. But again, a lot of you cis males are very selfish in the bedroom. Because again, it's always about what you want and never what your partner wants. And then too, y'all view sex, in my opinion and experience, y'all view sex as something that you're doing to people and not something that you're doing with people. Again, it's not just about your penis penetrating. And again, a lot of you strict tops are boring. It just needs to be said. And the sex is very vanilla because you only want to do your position. And it's the same fucking positions over and over again. And let's be real, we're not really getting off on this. We're literally, like, I mean, I'm not saying that the sex is always horrible or it's just like, oh my God, I can't stand this shit. No, sometimes it's amazing. But if I'm being honest, a lot of times it's very like routine and boring and we're faking orgasms just so we can go on and go to sleep. I mean, I'm just being real, you know, and then what's crazy is me on a personal level, I like to make sure that my partner is getting pleased, it gets off, is enjoying themselves. Where it seems like a lot of tops, at least in my experience, y'all don't really care that much about your partner getting off, right? Because again, this is where they want to get head for 10, 20, 30 minutes, but then when it comes to reciprocating that effort, they're down there for less than 5 minutes or less, or I don't eat ass, I don't do this. And it's like, then why are we here? Because everything can't just be about what you want. Okay? And then you realize, like, this is what I mean by a lot of times you're not really compatible. So it's not even just the preferences thing. It's just like you're not compatible across the board. Like, this is what I mean by as I get older, I'm just realizing like there's so much more to relationships and sex and gender and sexual positions, and it's just so much more. And a lot of people are boring, and it just needs to be said. They're not interested in trying anything new. Everything is always what they want, and and this is another reason why, in my opinion, non-monogamy makes a lot of sense, because why should someone have to settle for somebody that can't please them? How is that fair in the first place? And then I'm going to go even further. You're not willing to try new things that your partner would like, but then you're complaining about them looking elsewhere. You're kind of setting it up for you to be cheated on. Maybe I am, no. But I'm not trying to justify cheating, and at the same time, if somebody is constantly asking for something and you never are able to do it, and they're constantly saying, well, can we try this? Can we do this? No, I'm not into that. I don't do that. No. Then don't be surprised when they go somewhere else to get that. And that's just being real. It's ridiculous. You want people to settle because you don't want to do new things. You don't want to meet them where they're at. You don't want to level up. I'm just going to be honest. And it gets whacked because how many of us that are considered bottoms and or verse, how many of us have gone out of our way to do things for the tops in our lives? Because I think a lot of us can raise our hands. There's a lot of sexual positions that are very uncomfortable that we don't really care to do. But we do it because we want our top to feel pleasure, to get off, to have a good time, for this to be an enjoyable thing for them. Meanwhile, the top is hardly ever, or at least in my experience, I statements, in my experience, never really willing to do the same thing. And it's just kind of like, again, I shouldn't have to go and get toys to get off just because you don't want to please me the way I want to be pleased. And then also, I shouldn't have to feel like I have to be in a committed monogamous relationship with someone who cannot please me sexually. I'm just throwing it out there. And it isn't just like the bedroom, it's a lot of things. It's like, you want to go on dates, they don't like going on dates, they've never been on dates. And granted, I had never been on dates prior to coming, well, when I was cosplaying as a cishet person, I did go on dates, but was not attracted to any of the people I was going on dates with. And then I started going on dates when I came out the closet, and it really was like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is new, but I'm doing it, I'm learning. And then like, you talk to some of these black dudes, or these biracial dudes in the community, and yeah, I don't do that, I never did that. And it's like, okay, then learn how to do it. Like, like, is this 2001? Like, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Google, we have Twitter, we have X, we have Facebook. We have so much at our fingertips where using the excuse of, well, I don't know how to do that and I never did that, at this point is absolute bullshit and malarkey. It just boils down to you not really liking that person enough to meet their needs. 2, not putting any type of effort into the relationship. 3, this is only about sex. Because again, what else are we doing here? We're not going on dates. And then the sex that we're having is only about what you want. So it's not even enjoyable for both parties. But again, a lot of us fake it till you make it. We fake the orgasms. We lie and tell them how great it is because we don't want to ruffle their feathers. Because let's be real, cis male masculinity is so fragile. I mean, literally, y'all are killing people because they don't want to give their phone numbers to you. So, again, we gotta lie to keep them, you know, which, mind you, they're always talking about how they're not cis men, especially the ones that want to fake this masculinity shit. They're the main ones who want to talk about how everybody else is emotional, yet you're the one killing people because they don't want to give you their number. So, again, we have to lie to protect your fragile ass masculinity. And because most of you arguably are terrible in the bedroom. It just needs to be said. It makes no damn sense that we have to keep going on with this shit. And like I said, how many of us, oh, we're doing reverse cowboy, cowgirl. Oh, we're riding it. Oh, we're one leg up here. You know, we doing all of these, literally doing hopscotch on the, you feel me? Okay, but yet, they don't want to get ate out. They don't want to eat you out. They don't want to do this. They expect to get head for shit half an hour. Then they get to you and it's, okay, I'm going to stick in. And it's just like, it's whack. I'm going to just be real. It's fucking whack. And then they always say, oh, we have to communicate. Communicate for what? We tell you, you don't listen, or we tell you and you get offended. So what's the point? And then what's the point of telling you if you're not going to do anything to make it better and make changes? We're literally telling you the same shit because a lot of you love to weaponize your incompetency. Again, if you really wanted to go on a date, you would plan the date. And this is why a lot of us are kind of just getting to the point where, okay. Because I know me, I'm tired. I'll be the first to say it. I am tired. But again, back to the preferences. This is a situation where, yeah, you might have got with a preference, but your preference doesn't even meet your needs. So, like, what's the point? Like, seriously, a lot of us have preferences. Some of us finally get the person that matches our preferences, only to find out, as my papa would say, everything that glitters isn't gold. So a lot of us get the preference to find out that they're really pathetic and whack. And meanwhile, the person that you've rid off probably would have rocked your world. Just saying. But because they're not tall enough, or they're not light enough, or they're not dark enough, or they're not cisgendered, or they're not heterosexual, or they're not a top, or they're not a bottom, or whatever the fuck, you don't give them the time of day. But you got with your preference who doesn't even get you off half the time. You can't even have an intellectual conversation with. You can't even get a date with. But he's cute, she's cute, they're cute. And I'm sorry, but after a while, that superficial look shit gets old. Because again, you can look attractive all day. Meanwhile, what dates can we go on a date? I don't really care about you being attractive when all we're doing is sitting around in the house. I'm just being real, and this is why I be saying what I be saying. Our preferences, arguably, are why we're not happy and why we can't meet quality people. Because we're basing shit off preferences. Also, arguably, a lot of us still have the same preferences that we had when we were in middle school and high school. Like, literally, you'll listen to people that are in their 30s and 40s, and they're still basing their shit off of the types of people that they found attractive like 10, 15, 20 years ago, which is kind of pathetic when you think about it, because, as you get older, you get older. Your mindset should change and grow. We shouldn't still be talking about the same types of people. I'm just gonna be real. In my opinion, we should be growing. Our attraction should be changing. We should be broadening our horizon instead of still trying to be in these very narrow boxes. But I went really far with this one, right? Because you initially was talking about black men that don't want to date light-skinned men. Me personally, I have not ran into black men that don't want to date light-skinned men. In my experiences, light-skinned men are put on a very high pedestal up there with the non-blacks and the whites when it comes to black men wanting, right? However, I can't deny your personal experiences. I'm not you. I didn't walk in your shoes. I didn't live your life. So I'm not going to sit up and say that what you went through isn't true. It sucks, again, when you are not their preference. I understand. Again, I'm an intersex trans man. Very often, I am not the person's preference, and I have long accepted that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it is what it is. I'll never be 6 feet. I probably will never be bigger than 170. Like, right now, I'm like 159. I was 168. I had worked my ass off in the gym, and then I got sick, then my allergies, and then I have IBS and Graves and Crohn's. It sucks. So it's hard for me to maintain weight. So within 2 weeks, I had literally lost damn near 10 pounds. And then I wasn't going to the gym. My doctors basically told me to stay out of the gym until I feel better. And then I have a procedure coming up, so I can't go to the gym. I need to be prepping for that. So I'm not eating as much because I'm not going to the gym. So I ended up, you know what I'm saying? But I realized I'm never going to be the big buff guy. I'm never going to be 6 feet. I'm never going to be cisgendered. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things that I've just come to the realization that, hey, my options are very slim and far and few in between because I'm personally not what people want. I'm not conventional. And I don't have a problem with admitting that because, it is what it is. And this is why when people are like, but straight women don't want to date bi men, they don't have to. Even though many of you straight women have already been with bisexual men, you just don't know because they didn't tell you. But they don't have to. Just like there's a lot of cisgendered people that do not want to date trans people. They don't have to. Even though a lot of y'all have been on dates with trans people, you just don't know. Just gonna be real. You can't look at a person and know that they're bisexual, or know that they're trans, or know that they're intersex, or know that they're gay, or know that they're a top or a bottom. You can't. You can't look at somebody and know if they have HIV or they have herpes, or you can't. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by we do a lot of judging from the cover and not really opening the book to read some of the pages or chapters to see what we're getting into. But anyways, go where you're celebrated, y'all. Stop talking to the black men that don't want light-skinned dudes. Go talk to somebody that does. And if you can't find a black man that does, go talk to a non-black man. I'm just going to be honest. A lot of us waste time sticking in these preferences. That's all I'm going to say. Because like I said, you got 100 people that want you, but you focused on 5, and out of the 5, only 1 or 2 is giving you the time of day. Let's get real. We look crazy doing that. I'm just going to be, that's why I said, to hell with that. I'm going to talk to who talks to me. Okay? I'm not going to be sitting up wasting my time anymore trying to get with Tyrone. Okay? I'm going to just be real. It's a waste of time for me. And then, like I said, you literally have all of these black dudes saying no fats, no femmes, no trans, no, you know, they're telling you that they don't want you in the description box of their dating apps, or what they say to you in person, or what they talk about on social media. So why would I want to waste my time pursuing people who don't want me? I'm just saying. That's what I mean by a lot of us also need to come to the reality that there's people out here who do not want us, and that is okay. And there's also people that do, and that is okay too. Anyways, I done did a couple of different parts to this now. Let me know what y'all think in the comment box below. and then also, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the tops, or the verse tops, that actually don't have a problem with meeting their sexual partner's needs and trying something new. Because I know not all tops are like this, right? Not all cis men. Well, I don't know about that personally. But anyway, to the cis males and or the tops and the verse tops that aren't whack, kudos to you. Because y'all are a dying breed. Because the vast majority of y'all, in my opinion, it's a hot ass mess. It's a hot ass mess. Let's just be real. I'm sorry. But come the hell on. And like I said, y'all will pass out on a quality person because he's a top and you're a top. Which brings me back. Again, cis men. Everything can't be just about sex. I hate to break it to y'all. But everything can't just be... You need to have a lot more going on, especially as you get older. Okay? Y'all pass out on people based off of sexual preferences. Meanwhile, like I said, that person would have been your true ride-or-die partner that is with you, that wants to build, that wants to grow. Like, I'll say this. Call me narcissistic, call me selfish. If I could meet somebody like me, I would be with me. I would be with them. Shit. What NLE chopper? If I was a bad bitch, I fuck me too. Hey, but for real. Because granted, I got student loan debt, I got some credit card debt, I got health issues. You feel me? I am not perfect. I am far from it. But I ain't too damn bad. I got some shit going for me, and I would like to meet somebody that was on the same page. Like, I'm just going to be real. Because we could really be building and building our empire together. But again, a lot of y'all are not relationship oriented, and you were not socialized to be. And a lot of this is arguably systemic. It's systemic oppression. It is what it is. And again, it makes dating and meeting people hard when you're running into the same shit over and over again. I'm just going to be real. And then two, a lot of us need to travel. Really need to travel and broaden our horizons. Because again, when I look at my friends, they got the hell up out of here Their dating options are way better. Their lives are better. Shit. They're happier. They're free. They're not stuck in 1950. Like, seriously, I mean, I love my city. I love my hometown. But when I say it's like hickory dickory dock, it's like hickory dickory dock. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. I'm out.